My name is Jesse Damiani. I'm a writer, curator, and advisor in new media art and emerging technologies. After the huge year that NFTs had last year, now a lot of people are starting to really want to figure out what are these new configurations of community and the utility that comes with being part of that community that I think people are very excited about. I also think there's a whole new wave of people encountering NFTs now because of the year that NFTs had last year. So you have a lot of people, actually a sort of a global crowd who's coming afresh to NFTs, and there's more literacy in the decisions being made about, which blockchains they'd like to mint on, price points, additions. I also think we're seeing a move away from one-of-ones for the most part and more toward addition counts that might be quite large relative to what we're used to seeing, or even smaller addition counts in lieu of a one-of-one, because I think it also gets back to that community piece. Like, I think people are realizing that finding a way to build community and meet collectors and audiences where they are potentially is more advantageous to them than trying to have some big singular sale of a one-of-one artwork. So 2 areas where I'm seeing the most growth and excitement about how blockchain could be integrated are music and gaming. With music, what we're seeing is that musicians are figuring out new ways to build their own community and think about how can your community become collaborators with you and co-creators with you. Are there ways that a given superfan can actually be a co-writer of a song? Are there ways to tokenize stems in unique or compelling ways that allow for the creation of new types of music that the individual musician might not have made by themselves? In gaming, what we're seeing is an incredible amount of energy around NFTs being used to keep track of character evolutions, and also for any type of in-game items. With any of these different games, what is potentially appealing about NFTs for a player is the ability to get a new item and be able to evolve it per their playing of the game, and potentially one day carry that across a game universe or an interconnected family of games that all allow you to bring a given wallet into that game. There's a big chunk of the gaming community that's still very skeptical of how blockchain will fit in. There's maybe a skepticism about being tricked with new financial systems or new economies that they have to contend with when what they want is to play their games. There's another crop of people in the games industry who sort of really get it and get the potential of what blockchain and what NFTs might be. But I think what the overall wave is starting to show is that there's definitely going to be a place for NFTs in the gaming industry, and it's a matter of figuring out the right way to make that entrance and to sort of weave in to that industry. So the thing that Tezos brought to NFTs in the arts translates across these different industries. So being able to mint NFTs for virtually nothing that are eco-friendly is crucial. And Tezos has fostered an ecosystem that sustains itself. So in the arts, what you see is that you actually have a lot of artists building their practice and collecting other artists and building communities of artists that wouldn't have formed in the absence of Tezos. My guess is that the same thing is going to be happening as we look to the future in industries like music and gaming. Some of it is definitely about the old guard incorporating NFTs, but the thrust of the energy is much more about new ideas and innovation and what can we do and what if energy. If you get a lot of that what if energy kind of popping off each other, that's where you start to see the really exciting stuff emerge. And I think Tezos has done a really good job creating the space for people to find that for themselves.